Hi, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Josh and Around Milwaukee. As always, my name is Josh Albrecht, and with me is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, Josh Albrecht and Josh Albrecht, and we are here to celebrate and talk about all the wonderful things about Milwaukee, and we're very, very excited today to have on our guest Ray Hill, the Executive Director of the Historic King Drive Business Improvement District Number 8.
Woo! You did it.
Yes, I was going to say, bravo.
Go ahead.
Not as easy to fit on a name badge.
Yeah, how does that work?
How
does it work with the name badges?
Just King Drive BID.
And
then that's
like
it.
it.
And then Ray Hill is, of course, super short. So
That's true.
It just flows.
That's true. But you can't. You got to have it on separate lines. Otherwise, you could fit all.
That'd be
Just wear a name badge that goes across your whole shirt.
That would be a logo.
Have you ever worn a name badge before?
I don't. Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. Not the ones that you would. So, Ray, first of all, thank you so much for joining us and being here. Tell us a little bit about what you do with Historic King Drive and with the BID and what you guys have going on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I actually serve as the executive director, which means that I kind of do a little bit of everything related to small business and beautification efforts on King Drive. Most people don't know King Drive is one of the 34 BIDs and NIDs in the city of Milwaukee. So we're not alone. We're all uniquely different. And we also have the privilege of being the Bronzeville Commercial Development District in our district. So we have a great connection to arts and culture as well. So we do everything from throw events to support businesses through technical assistance to make sure the streets are clean.
All of it.
Any and everything we do. Yeah. Well, not any and everything, but we do a lot.
And you brought up all the, that there are multiple other BIDs. So, how many times throughout, let's just say even a calendar year, are you working with other BIDs? Or is it kind of like, all right, you guys have your stuff, we have our area?
Yeah, I think Milwaukee is super relational and neighborhoody. So we all have our own pride in the areas that we represent. But we do connect. MLK runs from Capitol Drive to Wisconsin Avenue. And so there are 3 BIDs and associations that capture that, us being the biggest one. West Town has a little bit of it, and then Downtown BID has that edge of King Drive. So in some ways we coordinate and connect, just if there's initiatives that have to do with the street. Otherwise, we get together about twice a year with the City of Milwaukee's Commercial Corridor Division and talk about pressing issues and how they relate to the city and how we can support other businesses and property owners.
That's awesome.
It's closely connected.
Yeah, and for MLK Drive, it's such an amazing street, and of course, we always like to say, and I know you like to say, best MLK Drive in America, right? It's such a great corridor from Wisconsin Avenue and then going north, and so many amazing businesses.
Yeah.
And I know that's really one of the specialties of the BIDs is to really do business development and help entrepreneurs.
Yep.
Always growing, always changing, reinvestments being made every day. One of the ones, one of the ones that Visit Milwaukee works with a ton is Honeybee Sage, which has become a great shop along the drive. But I mean, do you know off the top of your head how many businesses are there currently, roughly?
So we represent a little bit about BIDs. They're geographically specific. So we have a boundary or boundaries that properties that are in those boundaries are BID members. And so we have about 630 BID members, including the buildings and infrastructure. But the businesses are about half of that. So about 300 or so businesses between Capitol Drive and McKinley that span through industrial, retail, services. Yeah. So we have a little bit of everything. Primarily, you see many of the businesses that are on the Main Street corridor or the store with the storefronts. And so those are the businesses that most people see. But there are a ton that are on those side streets west or slightly east of King Drive.
Yeah. What's been maybe one of the most recent developments? Because there's literally developments all the time. And I know millions of dollars of investment being made all the time. But what's a recent one that people should be making sure they check out?
Oh, my gosh. So A La Mode is a new wellness business that just opened probably 30 days ago. And they do sound baths, some Reiki massage, some real good peaceful healing. So when you leave Honeybee Sage and have like your calming tea or refresher, you can literally go across the street and have a Reiki massage or do the whole sound bowl process. But that's new. We just had a new neighborhood bar open called Dream Lounge Social. Literacy services just opened a couple blocks east of us. They're killing it already. It's just, there's so many new things that are happening, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
Oh yeah, with 300 some
Right,
businesses and
yeah.
600 partners. It's,
Yeah.
I was one of the sort of longer standing restaurants, one of my favorites in the city, and we take journalists there all the time, is Pepper Pot. I was just there, had a great lunch with you and some journalists in town. Josh, have you had their cheese curds?
I have not had their cheese curds.
Get yourself over there. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Describe them.
Well, they're cheese curds.
Okay, it's good stuff.
Fried.
Yes.
Not squeaky.
Yeah.
With a jerk flavoring twist.
Ooh.
Whole nother level.
Interested.
Whole nother level.
Yes.
You're going to need that sound bath afterwards to calm down.
What I was going to say is, when you were going through and you were describing some of these businesses, I was like, this sounds like the most like peaceful, like just walk down the street that I could ever have.
Absolutely.
You get a tea, you hang out at like Dream. So I was like,
get some curds, stop over at G's Clippers, get a fresh haircut.
Man.
Yeah.
And you know what? One of my favorite things, and you guys need to say this more: free parking.
Yeah.
On the street.
It is 2-hour free parking.
I love that.
Free parking?
That's a good point. We don't mention
I have so many business meetings and stuff where I'm like, where should I do this? I'm going to go over to King Drive because it's free parking.
Yeah, go where you don't have to pay to park. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
The show Parks and Recreation, if you're not familiar, there are a few characters in the show where they will have a day where it's a treat yourself day. And just you were describing as these business, I was like, that's where you go for a treat yourself day.
Oh yeah.
And you can just spend a couple hours and you just knock it all out. And you don't have to pay for parking. Park once, park for free.
Yeah.
Yep. You just
Nail
keep
them all.
going.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Well, I'm very excited to get into this, and I know that you guys have a lot of great things going on in the bid and on Historic King Drive, and we're going to talk about those when we come back on Josh and Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Josh and Around Milwaukee. We are having a great time with our guest, Ray, here. You can have a great time at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee with thousands of the hottest slots, nearly 100 high-energy table games, and a sleek new poker room. The thrills are endless. Take your love of sports to the next level at the region's best sports book, featuring an over 2,000-square-foot video wall, nonstop betting, and all the live sports you can handle. All of this inside of a newly remodeled multi-level casino that's built for the ultimate gaming experience. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, your win is waiting. So, Ray, I know that you guys have so much going on. We talked about the over 300 businesses that you guys help grow and prosper. Talk to me about some of the initiatives and things that you guys are doing there that we should know about.
Yeah. So most recently, 2023, we kicked off a arts initiative called Brush. There are several iterations of Brush, but the most prominent one is Bronzeville Brush, which are public art murals that you see throughout the corridor. Many of them vary in size, so some as big as 70 by 40 feet. Some are smaller, but they are different inspirations related to the area, some historical context as well. Of course, homage to MLK because we didn't have a mural of MLK. But yeah, that was a process that was worked with the property owner and kind of their vision, and got a chance to select the artist and work with them on, what that vision would be, kind of the branding. And it's alive and well, and we're looking to expand that this next year. So it's going to be
very
great.
cool.
And so is there like a little walking tour that people can take and see all of them?
Yeah, there's a walking tour. You can find that on our website where you can see all of the artists as well as where the murals are located. And we also have an app with Historic Milwaukee that includes the murals as well, that actually goes 4 loops because our corridor is so long. So not only can you see the murals, you can learn about them. You can also learn about the buildings as well in the district.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is you so it's always hard to pick.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, do you have a favorite
Yeah.
mural, or maybe just one you like to take photos in front of?
So there's one that is on Vine and Val Phillips. So it's slightly west of MLK, and it's called Legacy. And it's a photo of or image of an older woman and a younger woman. And it's almost like a reflection of herself. But the detail of it is really cool. So it just reminds me of like my grandmother or aunt, or it just has a familiar feel to it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how too, like, murals have just, like, it's just exploded. Like, I mean, it makes a city so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's not just like painting a building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much more thought and history that goes into it. And so the fact that, like, people can literally not only enjoy the businesses on the street, but then can take that tour and learn about all of that's awesome.
Yeah. It also adds color. I think, Wisconsin in general, Milwaukee we have our longer winters, right? And sometimes it could be a little drab with just the trees, no leaves. Sometimes even if there's no snow, right? There's no color. And so the murals give additional visuals along the corridor, whether you're on King Drive or on some of the adjacent streets.
If you could do any sort of streetscaping public art, you got something in your back pocket that you're like, ooh, if I had the resources, it would be amazing if we had a blank.
Ooh.
I don't know if this answers this. I would love to color the concrete bump outs.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Like, I think even on an aerial view, like if you're looking from above, I think it would be really great. But I think it just adds a little, like, attention to detail,
Yeah.
And it doesn't make the street feel so concrete.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I would do.
Well, it definitely brings energy and vibrancy.
Yeah.
Right. I was thinking just Murph with a pocket pancake. Like, that would be the one that I would want.
Some Brewers love on the
But specific, not just like a Brewers logo, like something specific to, like, like this current team and like the inside joke of what's going on. Because that's what I was saying, like with art, right? It's more like it's telling a story. And so like, that popped in my head. I'd be like, man, I'd love that. So, talking about the businesses, we talked about those 300 businesses. How often I wanted to know, like, how often are you finding yourself with like ideas or something that you guys want to try to approach to help? Because when you have that many businesses, you could spend 24 hours a day just wanting to do that.
And I think sometimes too, we feel like the progress, right, feels somewhat stagnant, or we're not seeing it until we do. And so that's why some of those ribbon cuttings are really important, because you can tell someone's idea or thought or even relocation is a huge deal. But collaboration is key. We're a very small staff, and so we can't do it alone. And so we partner with as many people as we can and stretch it out, because we feel like progress is better than no movement. And so
Absolutely.
We also fail forward a lot, where we may try things that don't work and we pivot and adjust based on the recommendations of our businesses and property owners. And that's a constant thing. So we never try to be too married to anything. But it's also one of those points where we're talking to everybody. We may be talking to a property owner one day. We may be talking to an artist the next. It just kind of varies. And so we just have to be nimble in that way.
Sure. And I have in the notes here that there's a theme for King Drive right now, and it's pride and promise. Tell me a little bit about that, why that was chosen, and how that ties into everything.
So we turned 30 3 years ago, and like everyone else, when they turn 30, has an identity crisis. Like we're not young anymore.
Yeah. Who am
we're
I?
not old. So it's this. We had kind of became all things to all people, and we wanted to take a moment to reset. So we went through a strategic framework, which is a very it's a process, right? Very in-depth process. And so what we went back to was the original Standing on the Promise, which was the theme in 1992 when the bid was created. And that new iteration, post-COVID, right, where retail felt different, looks different, storefronts, again, looked different, felt different. Promoting Pride and Promise seemed fitting to show the progression of MLK, standing on the promise, and that's based on the statue that's on MLK, just slightly north of Walnut Street. But to show the evolution of it, right, without creating something new with all the new construction, there's still this Midwestern, homegrown, active, pride-filled corridor that is moving forward, and we're going to continue to promote that.
I love that. I love when you can tie something back to, especially from the beginning, and kind of it ties it all together. It's like we're always moving forward, but we haven't forgotten.
Yep.
How things started and where we've come since. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate that. I know that there are ways that people can be a part of this and kind of help you guys to continue to grow these businesses and the area. And we're going to get to those when we come back on Josh and Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, if you're seeing this segment of Josh Around Milwaukee on today's episode, it's because you were watching or listening on one of Visit Milwaukee's social media channels, and we do really appreciate you doing so. In this segment, right, Josh asks his question. No pressure, but a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
Yep.
Josh, take it away.
It's mandatory Milwaukee.
Yes. That's good. That's good.
That's right.
Mandatory
Milwaukee question. So we like to say there's something going on all the time in Milwaukee. It's a city filled with vibrancy and excitement, like we've talked. And so we at Visit Milwaukee like to call that fresh city vibes.
Okay.
What's giving you fresh city vibes right now?
So hopefully I don't get flack because this is not in the district. But I am really feeling Electric Lime, which is a new restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Their guacamole and chips are like a thing.
Next level.
Next level.
Yeah.
Like I can take them home and eat it later. Next level.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I can't believe you can take them home because if it was me, they'd probably all be gone at the
I was
table.
going to say, there'd be nothing to take home.
They I don't know if they do, but they did for me. I asked for more chips, and so they gave me more chips. But I take the chip is different. It's really good, fresh.
Is
it's
it?
A place you gotta
do you go to El Rey grocery store?
I have not in a long time.
Yeah, so they've got the great chips there too, with like the extra. I don't know what's on it.
Yeah,
but
it's something.
Just so addictive.
Great seasoning. Yeah.
And we had Cafe Corazon on their chips had a little something on it too.
Yep.
Maybe we just need to do a chip tour.
Yep. I think that's an order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a chip and dip is
chip and dip.
the best.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
Because the
Just
guac
all the dips.
is fire too. But
Besides the guac and chips, is there another go-to thing on the menu there? Or do you just fill up? Yeah.
All of it.
try it all.
I'll take 2 of each.
Any type of like Mexican food is great. But they are just, the place is cool. The patio is nice. The drinks are great.
And you're in there and you're like, so have you ever thought about opening up a second location?
Yeah.
On
I know exactly where you should try. Yeah.
But it is really good food. It feels very fresh. It's authentic. The staff is great. It's just a great vibe. And I love the colors. It's like kind of like pink and green. It's new. It's nice.
Yeah, and that's over Cathedral Square area.
Yep.
Yeah.
For those people who haven't been yet, so they can go check it out.
Yep.
And then drive over. They can park for free.
Yes.
Park for free.
Over on MLK Drive and walk over.
Yep. Enjoy a beautiful day. Nice stroll.
And then pay to park.
And then,
to go to Electric Line. But it's a great place.
Awesome. Well, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I love that answer. And I love that you joined us today, Ray. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
All right, and thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's episode. Of course, if you are just seeing this for the first time, we've done a few of these, and you can go back on the social media channels and watch some previous episodes. And, of course, learn more about Josh and Around Milwaukee at visitmilwaukee.org. All right, everyone, welcome back to Josh and Around Milwaukee. We are having a great time talking with our guest today, Ray Hill, who is the Executive Director of the Historic King Drive Business Improvement District, number 8. Love that title.
Great job.
It's great. And thank you again so much for joining us today and just talking about everything. And if people want to help volunteer, be a part of this, be a part of, the continuing efforts, what's the best way for them to do that, and how can they volunteer?
Yeah, absolutely. So first things first, we would love for people to go to our website and sign up for our newsletter. That's the most efficient way to find out what's happening in the bid, because there are so many things going on. There you can also sign up to our Sign Up Genius, where you can volunteer. You can be on a committee. You can do a cleanup. You can be a part of our events crew. I mean, there's a number of different opportunities to get involved and help us move things forward.
And like you said, it takes a village.
Yeah.
It's not something that you guys can just do alone.
No, we have a very small staff, and we really take everything that we do to the heart. And so any support that we get, whether it's time, talent, or treasure, is appreciated.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. And as a Main Street district, through the Main Street program, I said you probably have at least 4 committees.
Yes.
There's probably committees within the committees.
Yes.
So definitely anybody who has whatever skill set they might bring, right, can help move the district forward.
Yeah, we have a marketing committee, a streetscape committee, a economic development committee. We also have a voluntary committee that helps.
Do you volunteer to volunteer?
Yeah. I'm on the committee. Yeah. A committee for committees.
Yes, the committee, planning committee. And then there's also ways to monetarily support as well through our website that lets you donate anything from $1 to as much as you would like. Those dollars go directly to the programming, not only in just the small business, but also in the arts as well, because we do a lot with creatives such as Brush and other initiatives.
And what is that website?
It is www. Do people still say the W's?
You did.
You did.
It's fine. Okay. HistoricKingDrive.com.
HistoricKingDrive.com or www.HistoricKingDrive.com. Either way, you'll get there. Well, that's awesome. And thank you so much, Ray, for joining us today. And hopefully people, have heard and will continue to help make it just an amazing place to be.
Yes. Thank you.
Live, work, and play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Josh and Around Milwaukee. As always, you can find out more about Josh and Around at visitmilwaukee.org. We'll see you next week.